Okay, hello Rattlers. We've got a little bit of an issue with the car. Just done an oil change on it, and it was due an oil change. We've got it running at the minute, and we'll take you through the issue. So here it is running. As you can see there, the oil pressure gauge is 90 psi. It goes up to 100 when you rev it, so we think the relief valve's stuck shut. This means we're going to have to take the sump off and free off the piston. So these things are meant to try us. It's never simple when we're getting ready to race, but we'll get it sorted. So I'll see you when we've done the job, and we'll show you some videos of it going through as well. Okay, we've now took all the bolts out the sump, and we're about to remove it. Shall I film that bit then? I might have to go and get a lever. She's going. It's in there. There she comes. There she goes. Okay. Under there. So we've got the oil pump, which we're going to take off now. A few bolts, and then we'll take the plunger out.
Now with the oil pump, stripping it down.
Got a stuck spring. Shouldn't take too long, just clean this out.
Probably take longer to put it back together. Bloody screw all the something back up. Here we go.
We're about to split the pump now. So there is the spring, and the piston is in there. So we'll just see if that actually comes out now. There she goes. Doesn't look like there's any dirt on it. It only takes a little bit. Doesn't feel too bad.
No.
No. We'll clean it up, put a bit of emery cloth on it, take any burrs away, put it back together.
Nice, it's a plan.
Yeah. We don't want too high oil pressure.
That seems to be moving nice and free, doesn't it?
That's the weird thing, isn't it? Hello Rattlers! So today is Monday, and we're back from the weekend. Been for a bike ride over Sunday. Very good. So just a quick update. We're working on the sump, getting all the gasket off, and I found out today that this is an aluminium sump, so we don't need a gasket, because I was waiting for that. Otherwise we probably would have put it on the other day. Thanks to Welsh Plug on the 306 forum for that. So I'm going to clean all the surfaces up, brake clean, I'm going to get all this stuff out of it as well. It's a bit like blacky gunky oil, so I'm going to clean all that, all nice and clean, and then bolt it up. And over the weekend I've been having some thoughts as well. I thought maybe there was nothing wrong with the oil pump, and it was just that the line to the gauge, because it's a mechanical gauge, was just full of air, and that maybe affected it somehow, so I'm not sure. So I'm going to put all this back together, see if it works, and then carry on trying to diagnose it, see if it's sorted itself. So I'll report back when the sump's on. Okay, that's the sump immaculately clean now. We've got a double bead of silicone all the way around. It's probably too much. I'm looking forward to cleaning that off next time we take this off, but I'm going to chuck this on now, and hopefully it seals. So this is how we had to store the oil, because we had nothing a clean container to put it in. It already looks pretty black, but it's fresh oil, so we're just starting to fill it back up now. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Not spill it everywhere. Let's see. There we go. And it's very important now to check it's not coming out the bottom. No big leaks. Okay, we're going to go for the first start now. See what it does. We're going to focus on the oil pressure there. Let's see what it does. So it's gone all the way around to the 100 again. Again, the oil's going to be thick, so we're going to let this warm up. Let's see what it does. I'll have a quick look at the oil line, see if it actually got any oil in it. You can see here, that's the line that's all there. That's the problem. So we'll investigate that next after it's warmed up. Okay, I'm going to try and film this bit. So we've got the dash strips apart here. I'll give it a little start. Now, that's just filled up with oil and I've watched it. What I did notice was the light was kinked at the back here. Reading 100. I'm going to let it warm up a little minute and see what it does then. At least that pipe's got oil in it now. Okay, another day, another dollar. We've put a new oil filter on and I've connected this other gauge now to actually see if my gauge is lying. So done two things now. We're going to give it a start and see where we are. Beginning to test me, honestly. So fingers crossed. So we got it running. External mechanical gauge 100 psi, so that matches. Still cold, the oil. So I'm going to give it a little minute. Just had a look in the, maybe you can see in there, but there's plenty of oil in there, which should be at 100 psi. And that kind of matches with what's going on my gauge. So they'll let it warm up and then we'll see what it's going to do, but looks like I might be changing the pump again. So we got the temperature up at 67 there now. Let's give it a little rev. Still goes off the scale and feeds that on the other gauge as well. So this one needs the same. So we've got the pump off. This is the one we've just taken off, and this is the one that I'm going to go and fit, which is a bit grubby, but we'll give it a go and see if what that does, just as a trial. I can always get another pump, or I'll take this one apart, and if I can identify it's something wrong with this pump, I'll try and find out what it is. So I'll give it a quick spruce and then I'll chuck it in. Let's see what happens. Right, time has come. Big moment. We've put the sump back on. All there. Got the oil back in. It's a little bit low. I'm waiting on some more. But we're going to give it a start up and let's see what it does. I'm very nervous. And a bit done with it, to be honest. A long old slug. Let's see. slightly lower on the gauge. What we'll do, we'll give it a few minutes, and never gets easy getting out of this car. Okay, today is a new day. Right, the pressure relief sits in here and opens and bleeds back into the inlet of the pump. So my plan is I'm going to block off this hole. I'm going to take this bung out here and fit an air line with maybe a pressure gauge and feed pressure in there to see if I can get the relief to actually open on the bench, to prove that the relief is working. So that's going to be the plan for today, and once I've rigged it up and got all the airlines fitted, I'll come back and we'll see what happens. Right, I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit Heath Robinson. So we've blocked off the outlet port here. We've got a fitting in there with some Jubilees, and got the pressure gauge. This is a fuel pressure gauge, but it should still work. And some more Jubilees and an airline. So I haven't really got a way of regulating the air pressure going into this, so it's whatever the compressor can supply. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit apprehensive about some of these fittings. Maybe they're going to blow off, or is the pump going to spin? I know there's going to be some leakage out of the pickup tube, but hopefully I can overcome that with flow. If I get enough flow, I'll build up the pressure. So let's see what pressure we get on the gauge. Wish me luck. I've got a safety helmet on because I do not want to get hit in the face by 6 bar of air. So, here we go, let's see what happens. Okay, yeah. So like I thought, the pump spins. Yeah, the pump spins round and round quite fast, so I'm going to have to lock that up somehow. I'll get on that and then we'll get somewhere else. Step by step. Okay, the pump is... again, Heath Robinson style, is actually locked, so that can't spin anymore. So I'll put you back here and we'll give it another go. About to do some sketchy shit. Okay, there's more air going through the pump than I thought there would be. I haven't got enough flow. I'm not really sure how I'm going to block that. I'll get back to you. There is actually quite a bit of debris in this gauze, so I'm glad I've took that off, because he's like, they look like drilling filings. So I'll give that a clean, but this is the port now we need to focus on blocking off, so I'm going to work on that. So this is going to be a long video, but carrying on. So this is where the butt of the spring sits in this little hole there, and then when the pressures of the oil gets too high, it's supposed to open and let oil bleed back into the sump. So that's what I need to check, is if this piston, this little piston here, is opening. This is a standard spring, I'm not sure it's 5 bar or 6 bar. It does have this little plunger thing in the bottom, and that's sat in this hole. When I checked on the exploded diagram, that did look like it was the right way. I'm not really sure what it's for. I did read somewhere that someone had it wrong way round once and it caused high oil pressure. I mean, in the diagram it shows it at the bottom. That is something I could experiment with changing round. I can't see how that would change anything. I don't really know what it does, to be honest. So the plan is this is where the piston sits, and you can see the common gallery that runs across there. So I'm going to make a gasket, I think. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it. I've got this piece of tin lid. I'm going to put the gasket on there, and I'm going to cut out the relief hole, but leave these blocked, pick up the holes, and then I might not even, yeah, I'll trim around the edge, I think. Do a nice job of it. I don't know if I'm wasting my time here or not, I don't know. I'm a bit lost. I can't see a reason why it doesn't work. Okay, here goes the 5th attempt. I've got the little gasket in there, which you can just see. So I'm hoping air is going to come out of this hole at about 5 or 6 bar. Let's see what we get. A little bit nervous. Oh. Here we go. Okay, now we've got an air leak from the outlet. From this pipe here. This is not quite good enough. So I'm going to readdress that. Let's try and fix that. Right, more sketchy shit going on here. We've got a Jubilee clip holding like a plug in there, and I've got another gauge now attached because the other gauge doesn't seem to be working. So I'm going to connect the air. And you can see it's bang on 6 bar, and the air is coming out of the bleed. So I mean, there's no reason why this pump should not supply the maximum amount of that pressure, 80. I'm absolutely baffled, but we've proved that the disconnect that. We've proved that the pump's fine. I'm gonna have to build it up, put this pump on, and if this doesn't work, I've obviously got an issue with the engine. So look at this mess. Oh, I'm starting to lose hope. But I'm going to keep going. We've done what I wanted to do this morning. I've proved that that spring opens at the right pressure. Hello Rattlers, it's another day. It's Friday the 18th. It's another day to take the sump off. So I've actually got a big bucket, this time antifreeze bucket, to catch the oil in. So let's see if I can do this one-handed. Probably. Oh my god. There we go. Not bad. I just warmed the car up, got it nice and warm. Try and get as much oil out as I can, and we'll have this sump off, change the pump. So just to give you an update, what I've done, I've cut the spring down in the pump to try and reduce the amount of pressure at the top end of it. I'm hoping that's, I mean, it's not solving the problem. I think I could have 2 problems. One is that this is a aftermarket non-genuine pump, and I have read that these can cause problems, high oil pressure in particular. I'm not sure why it's not shown before. It did show on the dyno, but I did have a higher pressure spring in there, so this is actually a standard spring. Once I had that problem, I changed it back to an original. So that's one problem that I could have. The other one is there could be a blockage in the engine somewhere. I mean, it's unlikely this doesn't do many miles. It's done maybe 50 miles on this this current setup, so I don't feel like the oil should be dirty, but I did find debris in the oil filter gauge, so gauze. It could be. I'm rambling anyway. I'm gonna get this sump off. The moment has come, Rattlers. The modified oil pump is on. There's definitely not enough oil in the engine, so I'm not going to run it for long. It should be enough to start it. So here we go. Wish me luck. That's a cold start. Pressure is lower, which still increases with revs. Still have another problem. Fuck this car. Okay, bit noisy, sorry about that. Took it for a drive down the road. The oil pressure doesn't seem to go above 95, it doesn't seem to go off the scale anymore. We've just started reading oil temperature now, so about the 60-degree mark, about 65 degrees over the water. So I'll give you a little video now of what it actually looks like. So as you can see, 6,000 RPM. It doesn't go above 90, 95. So I mean, I don't know what the original problem was, but I'll run with that. Yeah, that's where it's at. Well, that's where we're at. We're going racing still. So big thumbs up. It's not ideal, but it is what it is, and I think it's got a PB in it. So we'll see what we can do. I'm going to end this video here with the car. We're all set up and ready to go. I'll just show it you here. There she is. She's got all the carbon fibre bits bolted on now. The bit we're proud of, built not bought. It's all sat nice and low with the wheels. And she's ready. So, been a good day today. Good like to end this video here. I think it's got a PB in it. I do. I really hope so. I'm happy enough with where the oil pressure is. Don't think that'll cause us too much issue. And I'm going to dedicate this weekend's racing to a friend that I lost in 2015 called Gunnar Morris. He always used to say, proof of the pudding is in the eating. So let's see if the proof is in the pudding. Yeah. I'll see you all at race day, La French Fest. Here we come.